Hi, everybody. Welcome again. This is Jose Palomino with another episode of the Value Prop Podcast. And we're here to talk a little bit about the 10 things you can do to reignite revenue, and the things you could do this week to reignite revenue, things you could do this week, things that are simple tasks that you could do. And we've gone over in the prior two episodes. We said, first of all, just absolutely talk to your customers. And this is clearly indicated in terms of talking to your best customers, and ask them this question: what do you wish we would do? Not what are they upset about, what don't they like, but what do they wish you would do? Ask your team, step two, what do they think is missing in your offering? And then listen. Step three, identify what are the biggest challenges your target customers are facing right now, things that are affecting them in their industry, in their market, and so on. Understand that, because it's going to affect you. Then we said about product. We said you could bundle a service with your product, things that maybe you're offering them right now that you're actually including, but actually think about including them as an explicit line item. And then there are things that you know would be good for them to do, but you're not offering them. So you want to offer it as a bundle, as for them to at least say, why wouldn't I want that pre-site planning service or something like that? Then think about adding a subscription product to what you do, things that you do regularly that you know people have to call you again and again about, especially if you sell equipment like wear parts, things like that. Or maybe if you're a machine shop, they could get a certain bundle of hours of, let's say, access to a certain kind of machine that you have, that you know they send you parts for. You say, look, this will cover you for this many parts on a regular basis. There's lots of ways to be creative with subscription. And then very critically, fix, and this might not be doable in 1 week, but certainly determining to do it could be done in a week. Fix the number one complaint. So you have to identify first and then fix the number one complaint customers have about your company, your service, your product, whatever that is. If it's a complaint and it's a number one complaint and there's a consensus on your team what that thing is, something that people don't like about what you do, say, well, they're still buying from us. And there's a lot of reasons why that is. But all that means is if they have a number one complaint, something that's legit, and they're still buying from you, chances are they're buying from you at a tighter and tighter pricing. In other words, they're settling for it and they'll live with it at a good enough price. But you're hurting yourself and you're hurting your margins by being suboptimal. Now, recognize that maybe it's not something you can fix, but ask. And chances are it's something you can fix or at least address significantly. And today I want to look at two simple things, simple things to do in the marketing realm. And there's a lot we could cover in marketing, but I said I wanted to give you things you could address quickly just by listening and writing it down and saying you're going to do it. So one, and it's actually step 7 on the list of 10, but the first one on marketing, is make sure your website homepage has simple ways for customers to contact you. Have your phone number, your email, a contact form. And the contact form, be careful, it's not an interrogation form that doesn't feel so onerous or burdensome when somebody says, forget it, I don't want to do this. I have looked at services that I'm interested for my business, and they ask me, 1 page of questions, flip, next page of questions, all to get to talk to somebody. And there are times I just want to pick up the phone and talk to somebody. Now, I know with some companies that are like software as a service that have to deal with many customers, you have to schedule that. That's the other thing I would strongly advise you to do, is to look at one of the scheduling platforms. They're very inexpensive. They will hook up usually to your website very easily. They'll embed on a page, right? So you'll actually give you the code to embed it on a page on your website. So it's not a big web design issue, even if you outsource your web design, it's not going to be a big ask. And it will connect to your calendar, whether it's Outlook or Google Calendar. If you use either of those, and that scheduler just says, if you want to talk to us, pick a time that's convenient for you as our prospect, a 15-minute, 30-minute segment, and it'll put the appointment on their calendar and on your calendar, and then you'll have a conversation. You can even, more advanced iteration of that, of course, is have it integrate into Zoom. So all of a sudden it'll automatically turn into a Zoom session that your customer pops on, you pop on, and you have a conversation. And chances are, as you're listening to this, you say, well, I've been part of that. I've done that as the customer. Well, wouldn't your customers like it too if you offered that to them? So the first thing, just make your phone number available. And I would also say, make your phone number something that's very direct. If it's on the web, somebody's searching for a solution and they found you and they're thinking, these people might be the people who can help us. Why make them go through punch 1, press 2, press 17 to get to somebody to say, I want to buy from you? It's so easy to get a phone number. There's services like, and I have no connection to these companies, services like Grasshopper, Ring Central, that will give you a phone number. Even Google will give you a phone number for free, I think still, or it's very minimal cost that will route to any number you want or will be its own destination. And you'll see it pop up on your phone because there's an app with it. And you could just answer the call. And you know when that number rings, that somebody's on your website who has seen something they like and they want to talk to a human being. Make the human being very available to them. Now, I realize if you're not 24/7, having like chat, and so it may not be what you need to do. That's taking it to the next level. Not a bad idea if you can staff it or you can figure it out. And there are companies that will staff that. But again, if you're in B2B, you're really looking at serious buyers looking to make a bigger purchase. You want to have an executive conversation. So you could label it as a consultation, discovery meeting, to see if there's a fit, to learn more about our business. So many ways to couch that. Very easy to do, a little bit of effort. And you don't need a super computer scientist to set that up for you. That's the first thing. Next thing is make sure your LinkedIn profile, which is being used more and more by buyers, especially in every category. They're checking out your company on LinkedIn. They're checking you out on LinkedIn if you're there as the representative, as a sales rep or as a CEO. And just make sure you have a clear value statement about what your company does. If you're the best at a category, if you have, I've used before the example, I don't know why it came to mind, but the electron beam welding. If that's what you do, and you have a distinctive and you're the best in Wisconsin, for example, then say something like that. Or serving industry within 50 miles of Chicago. That kind of statement just makes it clear what you do, who you do it for, and what they can expect dealing with you. Doesn't have to be a book. They'll read your website if they're interested, but you want, when they're searching on LinkedIn, which people are increasingly doing, you want enough keywords there for them to find your profile, and it should feel like, oh, okay, this is a company and this is a person who can help me. So those are just some tips for now on marketing. So again, ask your best customer what they wish you did. Ask your team what's missing in your offering. Identify your target customer's biggest challenge. Bundle a service with your core product, something you get asked to do anyway. Add a subscription for predictable repeat orders, maybe like parts or preventive maintenance. Fix the #1 customer complaint about your product. Make sure your website homepage makes it simple for people to get a hold of you, and make sure your LinkedIn profile for you and your company absolutely represent what you do best. We'll wrap this up with some tips that you can implement for sales on our next episode. And until then, to your success, that you might win more and better business. This is Jose Palomino. If you wish to get in touch with me, just contact me, connect with me on LinkedIn. You go to josepalomino.com. It'll route you right to my LinkedIn page, and you can learn about our company, what we do, and contact us as well by visiting valueprop.com. That's VALUEPROP.com. And we're here to serve owner operators of B2B companies between $2 and $20 million in revenues who are frustrated by lack of growth and want to reignite growth. That's what we do. That's what I'm committed to. If I can be of service, let me know. We can have a chat. Until then, until next time, take care. Hey, thanks for listening to another episode of the Revenue Throughput Podcast. If you like this episode and if you like the series, make sure you subscribe below. And also, if you liked it, please do review it. When people are looking for something exciting to listen to, especially the kind of content we're bringing, which is practical insights for B2B companies, this is a place and a free resource that they can take advantage of. Let them know about it with your review. So subscribe, review, enjoy. Thanks again.